is up, people? Welcome back to another episode of All the Mods Expert. I hope everybody's doing alright. I'm doing pretty good, and I must admit that today we've got a lot of things on our plate. I mean, a lot of things. Not really. Just, you know, the usual stuff. And as you can probably determine, this place here is getting pretty full of machines. But still, this one didn't look on how to fix it. Actually, the only thing I tried to fix is this thing, because, well, let me show you. Let me show you what's wrong with all this. So let's say you want to do an ender chest. All right, well, let's do an ender chest. Of course, I don't have the things, but if you try to do an ender chest, it's going to not put anything in here. So what do? Well, I know what I'm doing. Ender chest. When I want to do an ender chest, I don't click this one. This one doesn't have a recipe, but there's a cable called ender chest. And when you click it, you're going to craft everything, and it's going to say it's crafting one of those. But it's not really crafting one of those. What it's actually doing, it's a cable named ender chest, and it's the only cable I have named ender chest. So it tries to output it here, which sends it into here, which then sends it into the system. So it's just going there. So it removes the crafting from my system. That's the only reason I'm doing this. So let's say, I don't know, I want to do ender chests. And I want to craft 10? Well, I'm going to do start. And the beauty about this thing is it's going to do them 1, 2, 3. So there you see. So when you saw it pass, now I'm doing the ender chest. And well, the cable can continue pass. And eventually it's going to tell me you've got your ender chest. There you go. It says there's 7 more to craft. Now it should say there's 6 pretty soon. So yeah, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it just allows me to remove the recipe from here because it wouldn't go away. Because when it was crafting, it wasn't reading the ender chest as the ender chest. So it's kind of a bummer, and I don't know why it's doing this. So even if you do like something like, well, let me go grab the this thing. Do I have a double? No, I don't have a double. I don't want to, like, you know, use it too much. I don't want to change it because it's actually working. But pretty much, it wouldn't read this chest as a valid chest. So, okay, there we go. So as you can see, at first I was passing this. But even when I did this, which is the current output that I was getting, it wouldn't do it. So let's show you the trick. That's without the trick. I can't click this thing. So you see when I shift, it's like there's nothing even. All right. So let's go and let's do one ender chest, just the normal way. Ender chest. And let's say make me 1. So the recipe, wait, what? It worked? What? How come? It was ridiculously not working. How is it working now? It was not working. I spent 30 minutes trying to figure out how this thing wasn't working. So it seems that like maybe my cable is completely useless. Okay. Well, I guess you're supposed to use, because I was doing this. So maybe it's just that there's like a... I'm trying to see the metadata. But yeah, maybe there's a metadata on it that like makes it that when you shift click it from the recipe in here, it's not the same thing. Talender. Okay, can I do control for advanced? Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I can see. Yeah, and this one, they do seem to be the same. Yeah. To me, they are. But yeah, so maybe there was something weird, but I guess this one kind of works, so I don't need this one anymore. But this was a good fix. It actually worked. Alright guys, so what do we do today? Well, today we need to automate something new. Well, first let me talk about this thing here, which is currently an eyesore. But what it does is it outputs yellorium to go to the reactor, and over here we've got the plutonium thing. Because at the moment I'm also sending back all the cyanide. If we look the cyanide, we've got 12. So I can go and do, let's say, plutonium. Let's take this one and let's do 16 because that's the max I can do. Okay, so that's the reason why I want to have this recipe, because I don't want to handle this. So I'm going to do start. It's going to send all my items into this chest, and then it's going to be sent to here with filters at the top. One cyanide on this side, and on this side we got the plutonium, because they need to be separated, and then they're going to be crafted. So yeah, this is pretty much the little automation I did, and well, this thing is to output. So yeah, so what's this one at the top? Well, you see, with everything that I need to do, the capacitors that I need to do, I need to make these. And well, these involves auto crafting, because I don't want to be standing there and just crafting it myself. Why would I do that? So today we're gonna auto craft stuff by starting with these. So first things first, we're just gonna remove them from there. I guess we could also, you know, do a cleanup of the cables. Can I use this? I believe I can. Yes, I can. Okay. And we're going to start using the same cables as the other places. The one from Ender.io, since they are a lot better. There you go. Perfect. Well, I'm going to need to fill the hole, but I guess that's... Oops. Alright, so I had the idea of putting these, like, around here, but like in a hole, so it's not really visible. And I believe it's one, two, like you get the one in the middle. So let's say we're gonna put the one in the middle, like around here. So it goes 2 and then your blocks. So we're gonna need to go 1, 2, then the blocks. So we're gonna need to go like, this is the middle, and we're gonna go 4 on the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. Alright. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. This is gonna be the hole where we do our thing. I'm gonna go too deep with glass on top, of course, because you don't want to fall in the hole. And I believe we're gonna make this all out of diamond blocks. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna make this out of diamond blocks. I could, but I won't. Oh, I forgot that there's all these cables around here, so I don't know if I'm gonna end up touching them. I don't know, I think I'm fine. I think we're simply going to go for more of these white blocks over here. And maybe the bottom is going to be white glowing blocks. Let's see what we have. We've got 187 these blocks. Let's put this away. This we keep. This, I guess we could do this, that. This one, just for now. Just for nowsy thingy. Let's put these in there. Conduits. I'm gonna need more conduits for power. And I did prepare the recipe for the other conduits. So let's do conduit. We're gonna replace this one. Oh, I don't have it. Vibrant? Oh, and I also fixed this one. So the reason why this thing was not working, it is because in my system I had this at the same place here as I had the nuggets. So because of that, it was trying to craft the nuggets by using nuggets. So it wasn't working, and it couldn't do it because it was seeing that it had nuggets, but it couldn't craft because it was already using the nuggets. So that was the issue. So by moving it in my system, it actually worked. And yeah, So let's see, can I do it now? Yes. Perfect. So we're going to place it next to the other one. I keep doing this. I keep placing a torch there when I have them in my offhand. Alright, so let's craft some of those. Conduit. 30 should be enough. Perfect. Oh, and of course I didn't grab the white blocks. White? Grab all of it. I don't have anything that's gonna light up the place, but maybe if I put mana glass on top, that could light up the place and look a little bit better. Do this. Right. There's a bunch of recipes that we're gonna have to do in here. What? That seriously? Why would you give me that block? Okay. Perfect. So if we look here, that's what I said. Look, 1, 1, 2, and a block. So that means if we go in the middle, which I believe the middle is here, that's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, I went 1 too far on one side, which is this one. So let's correct this mistake. Normally what I do. Mistakes, not correcting them. Just mean I do a lot of mistakes. I really need to have buffs in here to insert. I think it's an environmental controller, so they can have some mining efficiency here, so I can break everything instantly. Well, soon it won't be an issue when we get into Draconic Evolution, but you know, it's always cool to have them. Alright, so let's grab this thing and that thing. So this is going to be there. This will be there, there, and there. So of course I'm going to change the floor. This thing, I don't want to destroy everything. Yeah, sandstone is easier to break than anything else, as you can probably determine. Okay. So how are we going to do this with power and everything? Well, power is going to come from the bottom, like usual. Just because we don't want anything to be seen. But what we're going to really have as a magic trick, is we're going to connect everything at the bottom also with cables like this. And we're going to have a source from the outside, probably this way. This is going to lead into the house eventually. There we go. Is not needed for us, so that's okay. Alright, so we're going to be able to grab like a cable from there and send it into here into an interface. But what it's going to do is it's going to output in a round robin. So it's going to target one after the next with one item into the system, and normally does one recipe at a time. So that is the plan, but it might be a little bit more complex than I anticipate. So I'm not exactly sure of what I will be able to do here. Because sometimes the recipes are a little bit weird, and we want to have them work even if you activate 2 or more at a time. So, alright, let me complete this with the right cables and everything, and I'm going to give it a try to set up something, and I'll bring you guys back to see what it does. Alright guys, so most of the time I only show you the end product of what I do, but most of the time there is an in-between of things that don't work. So I thought I would give you a little snippet of what I tried to do, And what is happening that doesn't work? Well, actually, it would work if I would ask for more than 3 at a time. 3 items at a time. So let's say if I wanted to put like this block there, this is the issue that I'm getting, is when I place that, instead of it there, it goes here. But let's say we take these, put them back in here. We're gonna do already filled 2 in here before going anywhere else. So this is kind of the issue that I'm getting. I know another way that I could do it with just these cables. I just was trying to use AE since I love AE, but sadly it is not doable as I can see. So it's pretty much annoying for that. But yeah, so this is attempt number 1, even if attempt number 2 was my initial choice. But then I thought about AE and I wanted to try to do it. And since what I did is I pretty much placed like 1 in there and 1 in there, 1 in, like the items were just going to be like this. Well, this one is just not outputting, but yeah, this was supposed to go like this, and it was supposed to round robin between them, but they actually, even if the priority is the same on all of them, they just pick this one first. And if I like take out this one, yeah, okay, I've got 3. It's probably going to do, wait, pick this one first? It's at -1. The others are at 0. Like, what? Wait, what is wrong with this thing? This thing is... Wow, okay. Let's see. What if I give you 10 as a priority? And it's probably going to do the same thing. Yep, did this one first. And the one that has 10 in priority doesn't even have anything. So yeah, it's kind of weird. The other idea that I had is I feel that it's because these 2 are connected on the same cable. Oh, I didn't know this was happening. Okay. So my idea was maybe if I simply pass its own cable. This thing is also another one that I was trying to do for the middle. So let's say if we remove the middle, place it in here. If I put that there, then we connect these here. It's going to connect and it should output. There we go, it's outputted. So now let's try to connect it on its own. Okay, oops, I can't get up here. All right, so let's try this again. Put that there. 3. This one's still first. Oh, wait. It did 2, but it didn't do this one. Is it because, again, it's the same cable? This is kind of weird. So what if I use this cable? Yeah, pretty much this is what I do. I try things just to see if they work or not. Oh, no. Wait, did it do twice here? Yeah, it did twice there. Like, I don't understand what's happening, guys. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why this one? Why not this one? It seems to have a priority of always going like in a certain direction, which this one is north. And like it goes east before west. So maybe it's this. It goes north, east, and west. So it means that I don't really have a choice. North and west. Unless... Let's try something else. If my theory of north, east, and west is correct, it should put 2 in the front. At this time, we're just testing. We're not actually trying to make this work. Okay. All right. So let's take these and that one. So now it should put 2 there and 1 here. Yep, my theory is correct. So it does go north first, east second, and west third. Yep. So, alright guys, I'm gonna do the second way, well the first way I was thinking of doing it. I'll bring you guys back. Alright guys, so as you can see, I still have the AE system up and running. The only difference is I added those. It's a timer, I don't know what's the timing on this, it's just, you know, it once in a while it does a redstone signal. And it actually works with just that tiny difference. So also I'm running 1 cable instead of 3, so that it doesn't like just do something weird. And I'm doing 1 cable and it works. So I'm pretty happy. The only thing that was a little bit complicated is because I need to have dies. So I moved my system that I had over there, over here, and I connected it to the system so that I can, here I need to say bone meal, but I can do some flowers easily just here. Also, I can just take those and put them in my inventory and they repair with pretty much just my mana. So I can do this, put them back once in a while, and they're just going to repair. As it turns out, Elementium and Mana Steel are the same durability, so it's nothing too complicated. But yeah, so like I added a bunch of recipes. This is the ones that I'm doing, but since we need the blocks, so I need to do the recipe for the blocks, and then I need to change it back into the normal ones. And for the petals, I needed to do all this. But what becomes weird is you can't tell the machine to, like, let's say, make petals from petals, because it's going to say there's only 1 flower, but you can't say make a tall, like, blue flower, like, because you get 2 of these, so now you can start. It's going to make 2 tall flowers. And then you can also tell it to do petal, like, let's say, well, look, we've got like 50 of these, so I could tell him make 50 of these tall flowers. It's going to use my light blue to make the flowers, and then I can use the flowers to make the light blue. So it's just a principle of keeping a certain amount, or just standing here and making a bunch of it so that you never run out of it. Like, let's say now I could ask him to make like 18, and it would use 5. But the best trick is you wait until you have like 10, and then you do 10 multiplied by 4. In my case, I'm at 20. So I can do this, and I can start, and it's just going to make the petal from the flowers that I'm currently making. So this is kind of the way that I'm going to do for my my dyes over there. But yeah, this thing pretty much works. I can tell it to do, let's say, powered. The one we had difficulty, which one was it? I think it was this one. No, that's not the one. The blue one? Yeah, the blue one. So let's say make 1. Next, start. And there is a chance that it doesn't work and that it does the same thing that it did before. But most of the time that I had 1 line, it was working. But like 1 out of 10 times it wasn't. So I decided to add the redstone at the same time. At first I wanted to base it on if there was an item in there, but this thing doesn't really work that way. So I just have a slow clock around here, and it works correctly. So yeah, pretty much the next thing I gotta do is just cover most of these things. And yeah, this place is going to look amazing. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of white blocks. I don't know why. I thought I had way too many for this place. Turns out I might not have enough. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to make more white block. As you can see, I'm running out of white blocks. And then I'm just gonna make a little mana glass ceiling, which I think we already have. All the mana glass. I don't think I have enough. But do I have glass? I do have glass, but to get the matte glass you need to have the greenhouse glass. It's this thing, so I should make a recipe for this because I've got like a recipe for the camouflage. So there we go, now we've got a recipe for this glass, which we can put like, let's say here. So if I do glass and do this. Oh, I thought I had camouflage. Camouflage. This thing. Don't I have one? Don't I have this thing set up or anything? Yeah, it's here. But don't tell me I just don't have a recipe in there. I don't have a recipe in there. That would explain it. But yeah, so I need to add this and add the glass. So yeah, let me just do this. Alright guys, so we pretty much have done it. So this thing here is pretty good. Of course I need to fill in some holes a little bit everywhere, like there. This is working. We've got our flowers on the other side. But also, because this thing has taken so long, we also have a plutonium. Oh yeah, 40 plutonium. Which means we can make, and you know what it is, capacitors. Of course I already did a recipe, but the first thing is the ludicrite. This thing, so let's say like we make 6. So that's the thing it needs. It needs 2 blocks of emerald, 4 plutonium, 1 ender pearl, 2 ender pearls, and 1 nether star. So it's going to make this. Then we can make, let's say, capacitors. I don't know how many I can make. Yeah, that's the thing I need to automate now. We need to automate silver clump. Silver clump. How do you make those? So you need oxygen in a purification chamber, but this is pretty much something that's going to have to wait to the next time. So can we make 4? Yes, we can make 4. Start. So it's crafting some plutonium. It's also making these things. The reason I want to make 4 is because I will be able to make a wyvern core. And with a wyvern core, we can make one of these armor. Or one of these things, like the weapon. For some reason, does 1.5 attack damage. Which is not that much. But yeah, so something like the pick would be nice. Or maybe the shovel. Or something of the sort. Yeah, you can do the grinder of this, you can boost it to being even better. So yeah, there's a bunch of things I still need to automate, but things are going really well, guys. Really, really well. So I'm pretty happy with how things are currently. These things could be crafted better, but since we got a static capacitor, we could put them in the machine so that they craft actually faster. But yeah, so these things pretty cool. And everything seems to be doing amazingly. So guys, that is actually going to be it for today. So I do hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. If you loved it, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.